Welcome back, students of Standard 10. Today we are going to discuss, in continuation with the topic string, that is functions of string class. So we are going to do the first, the function that I am going to discuss of today is concat, followed by two uppercase, two lowercase. Then we have a value of, then starts with, ends with, index of. Within index of, we'll be discussing about index of with a single character, then start index of with a single character, then we have a last index with another single character, and then we'll have index of with a character as well as an integer, that is an index. Then we have the next other functions, that is trim, equals, and equals ignore case. Then we have the last one, that is compare two functions. So the first function that we have here now for today is concat. Now what is, look at the syntax of concat. String variable is equals to string1 dot concat string2. So the one which is on the within the parenthesis is known as the string2, and the one above, that is before that, is just string1. So what we are doing, what is the basic function of this concat? It is used to join two strings. Okay, so if I want to join it two strings, we use, that is the function called concat. Okay, now with string I can join a string, with a string I can join a character, with string I can join the numeric values as well. However, this concat function, it facilitates the combination of two strings only. Okay, so the syntax is string variable is equals to string1 dot concat within parenthesis string2 and semicolon. Let us take an example. We have x is equals to DNS within double quotes, and string y is equals to, that is space and FRI. Here small b and cut resembles a space. Now string z, so the output that you get over here in this case, when you join x with y, x dot concat y, and you store it into z, and when you print z, you get the answer DNS space FRI. So this is how we understand the example of a concat. So this concat function can be differentiated with a plus operator. Okay, concat function with a plus operator. Here the plus operator basically is used to join a string with an integer, that is with a numeric value. It can be integer, it can be fraction value, a string with character, a string with string. Whereas in the concat function is basically used to join two strings only. So that is the basic difference between them. Another difference is that the plus is an operator, okay, of concatenation, whereas concat is a method of a string class. So these are the two differences between the plus and the concat method. Okay, the plus operator and the concat method. So remember this one. Then we have the next one, that is your the next function is two uppercase. Okay, so string variable, let's see the syntax now. String variable is equals to string dot two uppercase. So this function is basically used to convert the entire string into uppercase. Let us take an example. Suppose string x is equals to India, where I is capital. Now if I write here system.out.println, and I write over here x dot two uppercase. So what happens here when I do this? The entire word gets converted, the string gets converted into an uppercase. So the output that you get here is IND, that is IA. This is what the output that we derive. Okay, so this is the basic function of two uppercase. Similarly, if you have a two lowercase, the next function is a two lowercase. When we discuss the two lowercase, then what happens here? The same thing. Please remember the syntax also. Then two lowercase, two, and then L is capital in case of lower, and then C is capital in case of case. Okay, this is how we write. And so what happens? The same thing if I write over here. If I write the same thing here, two lowercase, so the value that I'm going to get, because I is capital, so it will get converted into small. So it will get, the output that I'm going to get will be this way, India. Okay, that is the lowercase will remain as it is, but the uppercase will get converted into lowercase. Okay, so this is how we perform the uppercase and the lowercase functions. Then the next one we have is value of. Value of, here what happens here? Let's see the syntax. Okay, let's see the syntax. Now in this case, variable equals to, now that is we'll have it over here, that is it's basically it is a wrapper class. So but then still we can take it as a string type because it is used to convert a string containing number. It's a function basically which that is, it is used to convert a string containing number into the various numeric data types. Okay, so suppose if it is an integer, it will be as int variable is equals to integer dot value of, and within bracket we have string. This is how we convert, okay, a string. That means the string should contain a number. Like for example, if I have string x is equals to 586, I want to convert it using a function. So in this case what I am going to do is int xx is equals to, I can write any value, any variable I can take, int xx is equals to integer dot value of, and then I write over here x. So what happens as a result, I get the answer as 586. Now what is the basic difference between these two? As a string it cannot be brought to mathematical calculation. So in order to bring about a mathematical calculation with respect to x, what we have to do is we have to convert it into an integer type, the respective numeric type. So in this case what we are doing is we are converting into an integer type, and then what happens, it is possible to bring about what you call it is this particular number into calculations. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you this way. Then we have the next one, that is starts with. Okay, so starts with function we have, let's say variable equals to this, of course it will be a string variable. String variable is equals to, no sorry, it will not be a string variable, it will be a boolean variable, because starts with, it tells us whether a particular string begins with another string or not. Okay, and it returns boolean value always. So starts with and ends with, they both return boolean value as a result. So let's see how you can do it. So now in this case then what happens here, boolean variable is equals to string dot starts, starts, starts with, and then another string. Okay, this is the original string and this will be another string, string 2. So I'll use it as a string 2. This is as string 1 and then string 2. Okay, let's say string x is equals to, right, computer. Okay, now string y is equals to, say, er. So I write system.out dot println x dot starts with, within bracket, y. What is the answer that I am going to get? Yes, it does end with small er, isn't it? So as a result the answer will be true. But suppose if I make it this way, instead of small er, if I make it this way, that is capital E and small r, then in that case what happens, the same output will get converted into false, because it does not end with, sorry, it does not sorry, that was a thing, not er. So that is, suppose if it is CO, I said it was the starts with means begins with. So if it is CO, means does it begin with the CO? Yes. In this case, it will print true. If it is this way. And suppose if I change it, right? If I make a changes, that is, if I change it to this way, that is instead of small capital CO, it is small co. Then in that case, what happens? Instead of true, it is going to give us false. This is what the output that you get. I think it is clear. Okay. Then we have the next one, that is trim function. Okay. Trim. So here we have, what does trim do? Okay. Trim function we have string variable equals to string dot trim. This trim function is basically used to what you call, to truncate or delete or remove the extra spaces that is present within a string. Okay, that is either at the beginning of the string or at the end of the string, not in the middle of the string. So the extra spaces, that is, we say the leading spaces as well as the trailing spaces, are truncated or removed with the help of trim function. So let us understand it this way. Suppose we have string x is equals to space, then we have DNS space and then FRI. Okay, and then there is another space. Now suppose if I write over here system.out.println x dot trim, what it is going to do is it will truncate this particular space and this particular space, not the middle one. So as a result, the answer will be DNS space and then FRI. So the leading as well as the trailing spaces will be removed, will be truncated. Okay. So please remember what happens when you use this type of what you call function, the trim function. Okay. Then we have the next, the equals function. The equals ignore case and the comparative function we have already done in the arrays chapter. So for those things, please go through these functions. Okay, this equals ignore case and the comparative function that is present in your arrays chapter, and then the other functions we will continue in the next video. So till then, take care, be safe and sound during this pandemic, and God bless each one of you. Thank you.